What up? This is Rama, and in the anticipation of the paper Tigers arriving in the theaters and on demand May 7, I'm here talking with the stars of this new film and one of my favorites this year, Alain, Ron, and Mykel. How are you, gentlemen?
Hey, how you doing?
Fantastic.
Good. Oh man, this movie is awesome. I had a blast watching it. So hilarious, so badass. Let me start by asking you, because your characters, all three of you, are supposed to be middle age, and your fight skills are supposed to be rusty. So I'm guessing the choreography is not as polished or smooth, right? That's the target. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, no, it was a great job by our action team, our action director Kenny, and our coordinator fight choreographers Sam and Kerry. They did a great job of giving Bao, our director, what they wanted, like us being over the hill, the kind of incorporating the comedy within it, and just being out of shape. And for me personally, because I had to gain like over 65 pounds, 67 pounds, but it was like it was tough, but it was great doing it with all these guys and the two brothers here, like in the action team. It was a lot of fun, but we worked hard. We worked hard on it.
Yeah, I think the not being able to do a full extended, spinning sidekick hook flip, like doing all the flip stuff, like for me, when I first read it, or the potential of doing the film, it was like, do I have to do any of that stuff, because I can't really do it. But but the characters, they lend itself to that rustiness of it, right? So but yeah, that, like what Ron said, the fight choreographers and the action director Ken, Sam, Kerry, like we can't applaud them more in terms of making sure that the fight sequences are grounded in reality and grounded with the characters, so it doesn't come off of left field that all of a sudden we're like back into it. That's not the reality of your body when you get older. So yeah, it's a testament to their creativity and their professionalism.
I liked what you said earlier, badass. And if you ain't gonna be the badass, at least be fighting the motherfucker that is a badass. So it was for me like because they were so smart about building the story within the fight, which I haven't really seen in a lot of martial arts movies. Like they'll have a whole story and then it's the fight. They built the story into the fight, so it was just like a continuation of the story already being told, but it was told with our hands and our feet. So like that idea and that approach allowed all of it to make sense, if that makes sense. So as they were creating what we needed to do, or it all tied back into what he would do. So though very challenging, I don't want anyone to think fight movies are not challenging, especially if you're being taught by masters, like people who take it very seriously, who understand what lines are, like, where your hand placement, elbow, like it's very challenging, but just an amazing experience when it all comes together. So hats off to the fight team. Give you some bad choreographers, you'll be all right. You don't, you're gonna be in trouble.
Oh my God, I gotta ask, because you guys had that long sequence with the YouTube sensation Master Ken, aka Matthew Page. all four of you in that sequence, each of you fighting him one by one, was just so awesome. What's it like collaborating with Master Ken, and were there any accidental injuries at all that happened during the making of this movie?
Matt was awesome. I mean, I think all of us would agree that when we all read the script, that was one of the most funniest sequences. And it's not likely you have like male alpha actors that are saying like, okay, we want to get beat up, It's like,
by the white dude. By the white dude.
Who's also really talented and funny,
Yeah, and, super talented.
And that was a fun scene to shoot and like poke fun at each other and improv with each other, right, guys? I mean, you guys, yeah, it was awesome.
Lots of bruised egos, bruised spirits, but yeah, a lot of a lot of ice baths afterwards. No major injuries though.
Yeah, just a lot of soreness, but we all were having fun.
Yeah.
At the heart of this story or the film is friendship. These three best friends. So I wonder if it weren't for the fact that they share the same master, if it weren't for Gong Fu, if it weren't for Paper Tigers, do you think Hing, Danny, and Jim could have been friends under different circumstances? What do you think is the
Ooh.
key to their lifelong friendship?
That's a great question.
Yeah, great question. Personally, I think so, because I feel like a lot of people that bond through martial arts, you know, they'll bond, but they don't really become like brothers. You know, it's just, and for me, I think if we all lived in the same vicinity and we all had a chance to meet each other, and because I think we all appreciate, you know, even in real life, like the same kind of cultures, the same kind of music, all that stuff. I feel like we would become friends, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's me.
No, I know. I agree. I think it's one of those things where if it wasn't kung fu, it would have been skateboarding. It would have been basketball. It would have been. I feel like these characters are from the neighborhood, and they're all looking for some kind of familial attachments and looking for a chosen family. That's what we do as friends, right? We look out and we have our family that we're born into, but also looking into other outside families. And I think these characters see, you know, a bond there that's beyond just, you know, the commonality of kung fu. There is a strong family bond there. So it could have been anything, and they still would have found each other. I think.
Kung Fu, personally, just being the black guy on the show, I think that people don't really realize how much of Kung Fu is the code of the street. Same code gangs use, same code friends use. It's just the same code. Like, I never realized how much we have in common. I would have said no, but after I met these guys, it's like, well, hell yeah, because you listen to the same music I listen to. The food is just as good. We dance the same. We dress the same. Like, the cultures are so similar. It was shocking. It's like, I'm a Southern boy, so I just didn't know. I had no clue how close the Asian and the black culture are. Like, it's crazy. So, like, it's easy to love these cats because we vibe on the same. We sit on the porch and talk about the same. You know what I mean? It's like, so like, it's not. It was so. I hope that people, when they come out and see it, because we will come out for some kung fu. You understand? I hope when they see it, they get that it's built on the same premise that we build everything we do on. We don't, as an African American man who didn't have a silver spoon, we didn't have much. So all you really had is like this honor, love, respect, integrity. That's the whole thing. Is like, you can't come up on my turf board. That whole thing is about the same thing that these three men built their foundations on. So finding our way back to that truth was beautiful. So yeah, in fact, we are friends now, and there are no more sets, and we're not in Seattle. We're brothers. Like, I would go, as I told my man earlier, like, you know, I'm walking with you. Like, I'm with you. I'm not gonna let anything happen to these brothers if I got anything to say about it, just like they wouldn't me. And that's just deeper and bigger. Paper Tiger started it, and now it just is what it is. It's its own life. So the answer is in the truth of how we've existed since Paper Tigers, which is yes.
What does this movie say to those of us who are now older and feel like our best days are behind us?
It's a lie.
It's a lie. It is a lie.
Hey, brother. You got a couple of more good ones left in you.
Yes.
Squeeze it out. Just, you got it. It's there.
Seek it, brother. Seek it. It's still some magic in you.
There's still some magic.
There's no such thing as middle age. I got you.
No.
It goes.
It's a mind frame. It's a mind frame.
Like fine wine.
Like fine wine, exactly. Never too late.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. For my fans at home, everybody go check out The Paper Tigers, one of my favorite movies this year, arriving May 7. Alain, Ron, and Mykel, thank you for talking to me, and congratulations.
Get your popcorn and peanuts.